So I took the call, and the guy was talking. Oh, we met at the trade show recently. I said, yeah. And he said, oh, yeah, do you enjoy it? All this stuff. And I was thinking, oh, it's going to be the sales pitch. And he said, oh, by the way, he goes, would you be interested? He goes, every year we take a few sort of clients, potential clients, away on a trip to Trieste in Italy for a few days.
Way.
Would you be up for it? And I said,
no way.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That'd be brilliant. I said... Welcome everybody to another Outside Crowd podcast, and delighted to be here with, who have we got? Ryan?
Yo!
Billy?
Hello everyone.
And these two boys have been out on their travels recently. They've actually been let out and they've gone to a couple of trade exhibitions. So we thought we'd have a quick review and a recap about what they saw, what they thought of them, whether they thought the exhibitions were any good. I'll leave it over to the boys. So Ryan,
Yo.
Which one did you go to?
Well, I recently went to Futurescape. That was held in London there recently enough, and it was really good. It's the first time going to one of those shows. I've always found myself on the tools and missing them, but this year I managed to get up there and go. But it would tell you what, it was really good. It was really good. It was.
Where was it?
It was in London, the APL.
APL?
No, it was in
Excel.
Excel, that one. Excel, sorry, it was in Excel.
Excel Centre.
Excel Centre, yeah. That's a big old place.
Anyway, Excel, yeah, it was in the Excel. So that was, really good, really good. Lots of different things, lots of different stands, lots of different ideas as well. It was,
So firstly, cut across you, keep doing that. Was it free?
Yes.
That's good. So you didn't have to pay anything for it?
No, just coffees. No, I don't believe so. Signed up. We signed up.
And it was all free.
Yeah, we signed up. We got out. Got a little name badge and walked around, which was nice. I spoke to. There's some good new innovative stuff coming out. I did speak to Tiger Bite, which is a concrete. They have a concrete crusher or a rubble crusher that I wanted to have a chat with them about, because it'd be lovely to use them as we upcycle a hell of a lot on jobs, and the fact that they're up the country a wee bit, not in this area, about maybe getting more around here. But it's nice to see them out. I've heard about them. I know about Tiger Bite and what they do, and it was just nice to see them there promoting what they were doing and why. It's the upcycled material. How many times I see people digging out projects and all the brick, rubble, everything going out into a muckaway or a skip, and then they're bringing in MOT. I'm thinking this is. Even bringing back in Crush, which is even worse.
Yeah.
And there was, lots of talks. I
was going to say, because there was a big shout out, Karen McClure. I think she was one of the talkers.
That's it.
She was speaking on the day before
you
were there.
That's
actually.
it.
So,
yes, that's right.
I think it's a good opportunity, isn't it, there to get your face in front of a lot of people and to build your profile as well in front. So it's Is that something you'd fancy doing?
Yeah, do you know what I would actually? I wouldn't mind doing that. It'd be nice to do a bit of a talk up there or something like that. Being invited to. I think I'll better wait my turn. I guess I'm sure there's a lot of people waiting for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with a lot of these, often they're looking for. They seem to come around quite early after the end of the last exhibition. They come around looking for people for the following year.
Right,
so it's often getting in early and saying I'll be interested in speaking, talking about a topic, and they're often looking for people. So it's well worth it.
It was nice. It was a good day out, and it really was, and so many products there as well. And being able to, I actually spoke to a couple of the sweeping products that I don't like using. I've mentioned them before. I don't like using. Having a really good, challenging conversation with them. Whereas, I was stating my point of view about it, and they came back with a few answers. I still feel quite strong about the sweeping products. Not using them, they're not that great, but. I guess I walked away from that. They do have a purpose, not for professional use in my view, or using on a weaker patio bed. But it was a night. It was the first time I was able to go up, have a conversation with somebody. The technical information was there. Being able to challenge it and walk away thinking, right, okay, no, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand. So putting kind of put a face to a name, and seeing the new products that are out there as well, and again, like, you know, innovative ideas that thing. Also bumping into people. You know, I bumped into Cameron Trent. You know, he's a lovely designer around the area, and you know, I bumped into a few people. And Els was up there. You know, he did a speech as well from another landscaping company.
Yes.
He did a lovely talk with a couple of others. There was a group of them. So I listened to that one. It was good. Yeah. Nice day out.
Good stuff. So how about you, Bill? Which one did you go to?
So we went to the APF. In the
APF. What's that stand for?
I don't know what it stands for. It's the APF show.
That's good.
It's not an exhibition as such. Well, it is. It's like a trade show, but it's more than that, because it's a big. You get all the manufacturers there, and then also, sorry, Green Mech's there, yeah.
So you sounded like you're promoting it. It's not a trade show. It's much more.
Yeah, it's much more. Because they have all like. They'll have the ARB Association there, and then they have all the manufacturers, and then they have all the retailers, and then there's all the people in the industry, and they're all the sort of like, who we would say, famous people there, running climbing competitions.
Oh wow!
Like pole climbing. Then you have like the manufacturers. You have like mini skid steers. They do competitions. Then they have all the wood carving people there, all the wood turning people. Then they'll have like the still. You know, where you can go and try out all the you put some saw trousers or chaps on, and you can go and just try out Husky's new saw, and then you have all the smaller retailers, and you have also like as I said, the ARB Association were there, and they had a library there, so all the new books and everything, and that was really interesting. And then they'll have people like trainers there as well, so
Nike.
Very good. No, so like educators. Those, what do you call them?
Influencers.
Not influencers, no. What are they called? Come on.
What are they?
You know, like if you go and do a course in something, what's that called?
Instructor?
Instructors, yeah, whatever it's called. So, there were people there doing like, vegetation management and pest control and all that sort of stuff, and it was interesting. Tutors, yeah, I guess.
God, these are not good
words. So you don't like that one.
Yeah. So why did you go?
Well, for a number of reasons. One, it's good to look at all the manufacturers, and also it definitely gives you some inspiration. When you see all that shiny equipment, because I love equipment. I think it's really cool. You've got all the cherry pickers there, and it's like it's something to aspire to, and you can actually speak to them, and they've got finance companies there, and you can actually get an idea of what these machines can do, what they can do for you. And how much it'll actually cost you, and that sort of thing. And they have discounted trade prices and stuff. And then also, Green Mech were there. It was nice to have a look at all their new machines and what they're doing, and and also see the competitors as well, Forst and Timberwolf, and they're all there. And then you also get other companies there. Like for example, Makita had a stall there, and they've just released a new top handle saw. They've also released a new ground saw, and they were doing demonstrations. And there's those, Milwaukee were there, and they're also, they're doing demonstrations of how they're getting into the game. They're, like you were saying about the brushing stuff or patios, similar. They're not there yet, but they're still they're still. Yeah. They're still there, and they still have a purpose, I guess, and it's nice to see that. But added on to that, it's not just me that goes mine. Everyone who works with me comes up with me.
Nice.
We get a hotel for the night. We get to watch all the competitions. We have a load of beers. We have a lovely dinner. It's like a summer party for us.
So I was
really.
going to say, because I was going to come on to that. Often with these exhibitions, they run over a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and there's usually like dinners and functions like that. Do you go to the official functions afterwards, or do you just go out on your own piss up?
No, we go out on our own piss up.
Because I remember, I've been to a few of them, and you've got like the after dinner, after event dinners and things like that. And as much on the networking side goes on,
I don't
after
think the ARB show's
exhibition.
quite like that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but it's massive, and you've got, I think, tens of thousands of people there. It's like a festival. It's absolutely huge. But it's a nice morale boost, and everyone enjoys it, and we all, it's a nice little bonding experience, and it's
but
nice.
do you get a lot out of it? Because I've always thought they're really good for, like, say, for networking, for finding out what's good what the trends are in the industry, where it's going.
Oh, the trends,
So
yeah.
I think what I will do next year is I probably will go on my own the day before and or stay the day. Oh, actually no, because I'll be all hungover. But I think maybe if I would probably go up on a Friday night, get all the guys to meet me up on Saturday day. No, Friday. So, have Friday on my own there. I can do some networking. I can see stuff because quite often I go off on my own. I start looking at stuff, and then everyone's all doing different things. They're waiting for me, and I think it'd be good to have a bit of time on my own there.
Yeah.
Because also, I can't remember. I got stuck with a conversation with someone. It was fucking ridiculous. It was like a £200,000 like biomass chipper.
Yeah.
And I'm getting into conversation with half an hour, like the guys looking at me like, "What the fuck are you talking to this guy for? Like he's wasting his time." Like, but for me, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
And the guy might know that. He might not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
hoping
there
he's
was a
got
bit
a
of a joke
sale.
with him, like, you can go and waste that guy's time now. And I'll be like, fuck it, yes I am.
Yes, now I will. Thank you very much.
But you're not necessarily gonna buy something there and then. But if you meet someone decent and they make an impression on you, you could be a potential client to them in a few years' time. And there are other exhibitions there. I'm not sure about networking and stuff. It's not something I've delved into yet there. But I will.
Would you go? Brian said he'd be prepared to speak. Would you be interested in doing that and sort of speaking at one of those events?
Yeah, definitely. But there is no speaking parts of this event.
Really?
Yeah, there's not. It's not an exhibition like you guys think it is. Like it's not like the NEC.
Well, no, it's usually like a trade show. Most of these ones, like trade shows, they'll have, exactly as you said. They have like the stands. They have all the manufacturers.
I mean,
I've
been there. Yeah, I've been there 2 times, and I've walked around, and there's not any. There's no, unless that happens in the evening or something. I don't know, but I've never seen it.
Oh, right. Because I'm surprised. Yeah, usually it's a integral part of most of these things. They'll have especially when you're saying they've have all these demonstrations of like people climbing up the,
Maybe they do.
Racing.
I don't know. But I didn't see it. I haven't seen it.
Are there many other sort of like trade shows for?
There's a few. Yeah, there is a few. Yeah. There is an ARB show. There's another one in. I can't remember where it is now. I think it's in like what's that little place that's near Wales? Just the right cut. What do we begin with? Begins with C.
Oh, that narrows it down a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Wales.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If Wales is here, and then you've got the border here. It's about there?
Oh, right, about there in the middle, up. Mid Wales, South Wales.
No, in Wales, on the border in England.
Yeah, I know, but it can be either up or down, can't
North Wales to
North
the right.
Wales.
Yeah, to
Wrexham.
The right. Okay, right. It's not in Wales. It's in England.
Right, okay.
Wrexham's in Wales.
I know it is, but it might be nearer where you want to be. You might be able to juxtaposition off it.
Wrexham position. Right, listen. Let's forget about where it is.
We certainly doesn't represent the podcast.
No. So there's another one, yeah. But that is, to be fair, that is more. That's more climbing and industry gear and stuff like that. The APF there's a hell of a lot of forestry equipment there, and you get the Forestry Journal there, and you get a few governing bodies there, and and it's a lot of big plant and a lot of big machinery, which is obviously relevant to companies like mine. But some of the bigger stuff is completely irrelevant. I mean, it's.
So, what in terms of sort of people who you saw there, Ryan? Who impressed you, and who were you not impressed with? Because I had a rumour going around that there was one person one company you weren't so keen on. Don't mention any names.
No,
but there was one that you
there was one. There was one of the companies when I was speaking to them. Just didn't have the information, I guess. I don't know what it was. It was more. I asked a question and it was kind of like, "Oh no, you know that answer?" And it's like, well, yes. It's not very informative. It was a bit frustrating. And I tell you what was frustrating. There was a company that. What was really lovely about it is everyone was talking about the environment. Everyone was talking about what we can do better. And it was like that. And then on one side of it, there's one bloke handing out plastic. And I was like, he gave me these plastic rings you can use for laying patios. A lot of people use them. They're a quick, easy fit for laying patios or tiles even. Sorry, like a spacer. But you know, the plastic that you leave behind from them on every patio, you know, the impact that has. I'm thinking, why can't we make? Why is it not like a you know, cement-based product or something that isn't plastic? You know, we're leaving in the patio. And when he handed me this box of plastic, he said, "Here you go, mate." And I said, looked at it. And I looked at it. I said, "What's that?" I said, "Plastic." I said, "No, thank you, mate. I'm not here to carry stuff around." But who was very impressive? There was I mentioned Tiger Bite. That they were very informative and very good. I spoke to another couple of companies. That there was one gentleman that was talking about waterlogged areas. Forgive me, I can't remember the name of them, but they were how they deal with drainage issues in gardens rather than, you know, digging down and backfilling and, you know, soakaways and bits and pieces. They were putting, I believe, they were compressed air into the ground, injecting air into the ground, creating a bubble under the ground, and then infilling that with stone, which was really interesting. I found that really, really interesting.
So did you find there was lots of like innovative stuff, and was the industry going in a certain direction? Did you see, I
did that. That's the industry was going into, you know, upcycling, recycling. You know, it was those ideas. I spoke to a gentleman from a company. Again, forgive me, I'm terrible with names, but they were talking about recycled rubber, using tyres for concrete, because a lot of places in the world now use recycled rubber for concreting on barriers. So,
how does that work?
They break it down and they reuse it and reform it.
Yeah, but how does it become as hard as concrete?
Again, it's like a byproduct, so you still use it, so it'd be chippings of it. So it'd be chippings of it, and it'll go tough. You know, I wouldn't be able to tell you the full technical thing, but you know, you're upcycling, recycling rubber.
Because concrete is shocking for the environment, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's right. Cement. You know, it's the cement, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's they're coming up with a way of being able to upcycle tyres as well as, you know, using them for the roads where the tyres are used for. So it was, I mean, I've actually invited them onto the podcast. Hopefully they'll come on because they've got the pattern to do it, and just they're raising awareness to say, look, you know, we've got this awareness, we're raising awareness for it, we've got this pattern to do it, we want to do it, but unfortunately people aren't going for it. You know, there's no incentive for people to go for it, which is really strange for me, because it's like, well, that sounds good, you know, let's read into the fine print, see what it's like, you know. But, you know, I think that's definitely where it was going. It was going into that, you know, that
sort of environmental thing.
Which is great.
Because often they seem to have like themes and things where they can see where things are getting important, and they try and get speakers in along certain topics and stuff like that. So, that's good. I'm just trying to think, are there any other landscaping exhibitions? I don't really know. I'm not so sort.
There are a few, the Barley Awards and stuff like that. There are a few. I mean, I don't know them all, and it'd be lovely to go. You know, once that being my first one, that was. I definitely will be going to a few more, definitely, because it was, you know, it was very good. So I'll be. There are a few around the area.
But most importantly, with these things, when you go along, and I know it used to be a case, what freebies did you get? What were they giving out, and what did you get?
I've got loads of stuff. I've got snoods, I've got pens, notebooks, books.
You got a snood?
I've got loads of snoods.
Did you?
Yeah, I've got loads of snoods.
Is this what's the in thing for the...
Snood in, Paul. I got key rings, you know, lots of things. Do
you get memory sticks?
Sorry?
Memory sticks?
Memory sticks.
I always used to give those.
Where were you going?
That is really antiquated.
Shut it.
A bloody memory stick.
Memory sticks, bloody most useful thing I've actually come across with these.
Anyway, Debbie, you tell us, what's the best freebie you've ever got?
Exactly.
The best freebie I've ever got. I went to a trade show, I've forgotten which one it was, I was up in London, and it sort of happened over a couple of days, because I got talking to this fire company. They do like fire suppression equipment and all this sort of stuff. And it's like nothing that we really use and whatever, but I was chatting to them, and they're really nice people. Didn't think anything more of it. A couple of days later, I was back in the office and I got a call, and it was secretary sort of put it through, said, JB, there's a call from someone from this fire suppression company. And I thought, oh shit, it's going to be a bloody sales call. And it's like, oh, okay, I'll take it. So I took the call, and the guy was talking, we met at the trade show recently. he said, I said, yeah. And he said, oh, yeah, do you enjoy it? All this stuff. And I was thinking, oh, it's going to be the sales pitch. And he said, oh, by the way, he goes, would you be interested? He goes, every year we take a few sort of clients, potential clients, away on a trip to Trieste in Italy for a few days.
Way.
Would you be up for it? I said,
No way.
yeah, okay, yeah. That'd be brilliant. I said, could my marketing man come as well? So we did. There was me and there was Anthony, who was doing the marketing at the time, and we went. They flew us from Gatwick.
They paid for it.
They took us to Trieste. I think we were there for
You bloody keyring.
2 or 3 nights. But what was funny, they took us to this factory. I think there was about 10 of us on the trip. And they took us to this factory and they took us into this like conference room, and it was all really dark. You know, sort of like subdued lighting down there. And around this big conference table, and on the table there was like a case, a leather-bound case in front of each person. And I was thinking, fuck, this looks like bloody drugs money or something. What's going on here? And it was like we're sitting down, and then all it was like product literature and stuff. And so it was nothing like that. But it was brilliant. They gave us a tour around the factory. We had a look at everything, and then they took us out for meals. So we had meals out. They took us there was a nightclub. And it was just a really, really brilliant time. We had a great time. They were really nice. And I've got to give a call out for the company, but I can't remember their name. They were I think based around Norfolk, somewhere around that area. They're a really nice little company. And they'd obviously had a tie-in with this manufacturer. So the manufacturer was like, oh, if you can get people, bring them out. We'll,
Wow.
It's obviously worth it. But that was my best freebie.
that was a very good freebie.
Yeah,
That's fair, isn't
it was
I've got
absolutely
fucking
brilliant.
Snoods and pens.
Yeah.
Snooze and pens.
And Kiwi.
Yeah, and Kiri.
Kiwis. I think we're Kiwis, right?
So apart from that, then, so you'd recommend going to trade shows? Do you think there's anything that there should be more shows or exhibitions, or other?
I would. Sorry, go on.
I think
Sure.
I'm extremely important. I need to go to more of them, but I need you need time to do that, don't you? But I think I think it's really important. Like the one that we go to is important because we all just have a really great time, and it's a nice little.
Yeah.
It breaks away from just the fact that this is work. You know, like I really hate that. Like I don't like everyone to just think you work for me and we're just here to make money and then we go home. It's like, every Friday we go to the pub and have dinner. The APF show is really important. Christmas do, really important. Yeah, and I see the APF as one of those things. It's really, really important that everyone gets together and you see each other outside of work and you all have a drink if you're that way inclined and have a meal and and you talk about things that aren't to do with work. Although quite often you end up just
100%,
chatting about tree work and whatever.
Yeah. So you always go every year?
Every year, yeah.
It's
The thing is, the APF is every 2 years.
Oh, is it?
So last year it wasn't on. So the year before we went, and then we went this year. So there is another one which I think is an alternate year. So I will see, but that's in March or something. So these are rather expensive. So I don't want to do it too often.
Do you have to pay to get to that one?
You have to pay. Yeah, you pay to go in. So I think I paid £25 per person.
Oh bloody hell!
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because all the ones I've been
and then it's
free.
the hotel, and then it's dinner and everything. But it's worth it. It's good.
Because you didn't know. Would you go to more of them, Ryan? If
I would, yeah, I definitely would. I will. I will go to more of them, definitely. Absolutely, and I think Phil's right. I mean, I kept sending videos to the guys and sending them stuff, and I think I will take the time out and take the team with me to one of them, especially to once I find the one that I'd like to show the team, because the question before you asked was, is there anything that you'd like to see at the trade shows? And I guess maybe this is my first trade show that I went to, but it'd be lovely to see more brands like Tools, being there. I'd like to see their tools. I mean, we use the 4-inch 125 5-inch 125 cordless. Would you stop it? Cordless grinder with an X-Lock. And not a lot of people stock X-Lock. So I'm trying to find the X-Lock. I know. It's on.
No one stocks X-Lock?
X-Lock. No one stocks X-Lock.
Fucking hell, man.
I know. But, it's a new product. Even I went up to, there was Ruby was there. And I was like, Ruby's a very good brand, very good. They've got great cutters and stuff like that. And I was looking at their blades and I was like, none of them are X-Lock. And they're looking at me going, what's X-Lock? How do you not know what X-Lock is?
I don't know what X-Lock is.
No, because you're JB, but you know, it's easier. So on the back of a grinder, instead of taking off the nut and undoing it, it is just a lever that you pull, and it splits up the chuck. And then when you put it back in, it's in the shape of an X, as it were.
Oh, you twist it around.
And you just put it in, it pops in, clicks in. It's honestly the best thing I ever bought.
It does. It sounds really exciting.
It's very good. That's what I'd like to see more at trade shows.
So would you actually consider exhibiting at a trade show, having a stall?
Well,
do you think it'll be worth it?
I don't think
Maybe
so.
it's some of the local ones.
I don't think so. Yeah, for me, definitely not, because what would I be doing? I'd be promoting myself to other landscapers. You know, maybe designers, sure, maybe, but I think there's more landscapers up there than there are.
I think the big one for you is if you got into Chelsea Flower Show.
Oh, absolutely! I wouldn't talk to you.
No, you wouldn't anymore, would you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, something like that. I mean, that's a sort of slightly different type of emphasis, isn't it?
I think so. I think
that is an exhibition, though.
You made
it is. I'm sort of thinking more about like sort of trade ones.
I'll have a stall. Yeah, have a stall on a corner.
Because there are some other ones like for like Kent businesses. I know there was one we used to go to. I think it was over Ashford Way, and you'd have like lots of local Kent businesses would be exhibiting and just having their stalls up there.
And that might work. Like something like that. Yeah. Something like that would. I think something like that would be better. I think.
Yeah.
You know, I do. I think local. You know, I think local. I think up there was.
Because I know the other thing also with that, it's like it's that after dinner thing. I know they have lots of stuff like they'll have events when, you know, during the day, and then the evening is when all the marketing and people hobnobbing at the after dinner. You know, like they put like a gala dinner on.
No, I've never
so
heard
you'll
of
have
hobnobbing.
You'll have a black tie do or all that type of thing, or whatever, or just like an evening dinner, and they're really good because you'll be sitting around at tables.
Yeah.
You'll be talking to people. Everyone gets pissed, and that's when you end up doing getting along with certain people or whatever. And they're really, really useful events. They're quite expensive, or they can be, those bits, but sometimes they're worth spending the money on to do.
Yeah, I think I definitely would go something like that. Definitely.
Right then, so that sounds pretty good. So you've generally had a positive experience from it, and you'd be going again.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Definitely.
Good stuff. Right then, well that brings to an end this edition of the Outside Crowd podcast, and so it's goodbye from Ryan.
See you later, guys.
From Billy.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
And from me, JB. So here's to the next one. Take it easy, guys.